Yep, looks like it's Sunday again. So the ball guy is here. Alberto Iglesias, Drumsticks Sunday channel. You know, a different pair of drumsticks every week. And let's go to the topic. This week, I've been using this model from VicFirth, which is a signature model from the one and only Gavin Harrison. Okay, here you have it. Well, we can. It's a peculiar situation because we have two different things. We have a signature model, but at the same time we have also a drumstick that can fit in our mini series about special grip or grip solutions and ways to improve the grip and all that stuff. So let's talk about this. First of all, Gavin Harrison. He's an English drummer that it's mainly known because of the progressive rock style. And when you mention progressive rock, I'm out. Sorry, but I don't have. I have no experience with that. It's not my style, so I just know a little bit. We here in fact here in Cantabria we have an awesome drummer, which is Chus Gancedo. It's kind of a master in progressive rock, but it's not my thing, so I don't have a lot of experience. So honestly, I didn't know Gavin Harrison before this week. Well, just first of all, here you have a picture of Gavin Harrison, so you can see how he is. Here you have it. Okay, that's Gavin Harrison. You can go to Wikipedia and see where there's a lot of information, or his webpage and all that. He's an awesome drummer. Well, the list of people that he's been, playing with or collaborating, it's, as you can imagine, it's going to blow your mind. But anyway, sorry, Gavin, I didn't know who you are, but now I know. Awesome. So what I can talk now for true or for sure, it's about your drumstick, which is okay. First of all, the measures or the sizes. We are let's start as always with a picture. So first you can have a look and you're going to realize it's a peculiar shape and all that stuff. Here you have it. Okay, as you can see, it's kind of different, right? Well, about the sizes, you can go to the VicFirth page, and we have the sizes there. So we have about the diameter of the grip, we have 0.630 inches, of course. The length, it's 16 plus 7/8 of inch. And we have a medium taper, blended tip with a huge kind of round tip, and it's hickory, and as they have this layer of grip, or painted, or call it however you want, which is designed to improve the grip. Okay, let's translate these sizes in what it means. Well, it means that it's like a baseball bat. Honestly, it's probably, maybe, if not, I think it's maybe the largest drumstick I've tried so far. Well, we have the diameter is 0.630 inches, which is a 2B. It's the same thickness like a 2B, which is, as you know, you can check the video from that I made about the 2Bs if you want, but they are huge drumsticks. It's designed for, kind of heavy styles, or if you are, I don't know, well, it's pretty thick, believe me. But what it's unbelievable is the length. The length, if you compare it, it's almost 17 inches. This is a 2B, standard 2B. If you pair these two, as you can see, there's almost a tip of difference, okay? But if you put together a 5A, this is the standard 5A with big grip, and if you put it together, it's like this is the daughter of this one, okay? So pretty huge drumstick, okay? Medium taper, so more weight here. Huge tip too, so more weight there. Blended tip, blended tip, more material here. And also this, we have this grip layer, so we have more weight. So it's for sure the heaviest drumstick. Well, maybe it's not the heaviest because if you are using oak, for example, you can modify that, as you know. But it's for sure one of the largest and heaviest drumsticks you are going to find out. It's pretty huge. So that's the first thing you're going to realize when you have it in your hand. Oh my God, this is serious. So okay, about the feeling of what I've been, what I find out testing it. Well, the first thing, it's a really powerful drumstick. You can really go for it with this. When you start playing, you immediately notice that the volume is louder than your usual volume, and it makes sense, of course, because there's a lot of weight, there's a lot of length. So when you start hitting, you notice that everything sounds louder. Of course, you can control that with the way you play, but by definition, the range you're going to have, it's for sure it's louder. Which of course it makes sense with the style he plays and with the style that they are designed for. Okay, because in progressive rock, you usually play pretty loud, fast and loud. Of course, he also plays some kind of. Sometimes in progressive rock, you have to play more psychedelic thing, and so they play in a more delicate way and all that. But anyway, it still sounds louder than a regular jazz player. So the first thing you can expect from this pair is power, volume, okay? Well, the length, as you know, I'm not a huge fan of drumsticks that are longer than a regular one. But in this case, it makes sense with the style again and with the way they are designed. If you want a powerful drumstick, it makes sense that it's longer than a regular one, because you have more material. At the same time, you can get more from the stroke. So I'm not a fan of that. For sure, it doesn't fit in the way I play, but I can understand why they have this length. So, what else about the tip? Pretty interesting. I'm starting to love the blended tip, I think. It's kind of strange, as I mentioned in the past, I know, not in the past video, but in the Bader West Side, also with the body reach. The blended tip is kind of, I starting to feel that you have that combination of balance and rebound. It's kind of the type of rebound you get. It's pretty comfortable, honestly. So, well, of course, I forgot to mention that you have a video on YouTube where Gavin is talking about his drumstick, and one of the things he's playing is like when he was designing. Well, the first thing he mentioned is that he started doing the first approach to design was kind of a Frankenstein thing. It was no, put this and this and this. And when he used it, this is unusable. So he realized that, oh man, this is an art. The design a drumstick is not easy. There's a lot of things to consider. So, well, going back again to the tip, one of the things he mentioned is that he comes from also jazz, progressive style and all that, but he realized that, okay, if I use a stick designed for that, I'm going to destroy it. Because in progressive rock, when you start, he mentioned that if I start hitting the bell, just to destroy the drumstick. So with this tip, he was able to get that, to say, give me something in the middle, so I can play soft when I need, and get more definition. Of course, in the range he's playing, we can't forget that, but he can get that definition, and at the same time, when he needs to go for it and play louder, he can do it with this drumstick. And the tip is pretty comfortable. In fact, also the fact that it's kind of round, half barrel or round, I think it's something in the middle, gives you also this angle independency. I mean, it's more consistent. The angle of attack doesn't have a lot of influence in the way it responds. So putting everything together, it's a great response, stable, powerful, that combination of things. So I think I even considering it is not my thing, it is not the way I play it, they are not made for me for sure, but I can appreciate why they are designed like this. And for sure it's great drumstick for that styles, for progressive, for all that hard or heavy styles. Great option. What else? Well, of course, about the grip. Honestly, for me, I think it's kind of the same idea of the big grip. I've been incapable to find information if there's any difference, if maybe the composition or the material or the type of paint or something like that. No information about that, but honestly, being just trying to force myself to see if there's any difference, I would say that maybe it's kind of thinner compared with the regular big grip. I feel like this one is, the red one is kind of a little bit thicker, and in this one I think I can feel the wood better. But it's maybe my imagination, so don't bet on that. But it's more or less the same idea. What I can say is that I haven't noticed this problem with the balance because of this. For sure, if you have this problem, you can notice this is going to help because the grip is better for sure. And there's something he mentioned also in the video when you are playing with a stick and you start feeling that it's slipping from your hand even a little bit, you start gripping harder or stronger, and that's a problem, especially in these styles where they are very physically, they are demanding. You have to play fast with a lot of power for a lot of time. Sometimes we get long songs too, usually. So if you start gripping pretty, strong, it's going to make you tired. It's going to have, maybe your hands are going to feel more tired. Well, it's going to be more complicated. So having this extra grip, it's maybe going to help with that. It's going to help you to relax the grip, even when you are playing fast and with a lot of power. Well, what else? That's I can say about the something that I think that also it's worth considering, that it's in this case we have something that's peculiar, that we have, even comparing with a 5A, as you can see, the length of the grip, it's the same, but this is longer for sure, but the length of the grip is the same. What I think it's maybe it's gonna help to have less influence in the balance, because when you have a longer drumstick, it's heavier, more material and all that. So the relationship between the weight that this grip is adding and the total weight of the drumstick, it's gonna be less. So it's maybe the heavier the drumstick, the less influence this is gonna have. So I haven't noticed any problem with the balance. It's super long, so you can modify your grip in different positions, and I've never, at least in my opinion, it doesn't affect too much to that. But what I can say, I forgot to take a picture of that, but if you like playing with the with the bottom of the drumstick once in a while because you got more power and all that, be ready, man, because your drum heads are gonna be painted all over. I just played for maybe 5 seconds or 10 seconds, something like that. I didn't realize that, I didn't thought about it, and I just played like that. Maybe because I was playing with a ring click, or I just move it. And when I look at my snare, what the hell? It's complete. A lot of spots with super blue. So I forgot to try that in the past. But I guess it's the same result with this. So be ready for that. If you are special with that, you don't like your drums to have a lot of. You like to have it as clean as possible. Don't play with this. Okay, just grab it like here. You have enough power here. You're not gonna need this, and don't even try, because one hit, you're gonna get a decoration. Anyway, that's all I can say about that. Great drumstick. I think they are great for their purpose. For me, they are not for jazz or soft sounds and all that stuff. But of course, they are great response. A lot of stable, consistency, power. Great combination. And if you have that grip problem, great option for sure to give a try and to add to your arsenal. So for the next week, no drumsticks for the next week. I've been thinking I'm gonna do something different, and I'm gonna talk about rods. I don't know if you know rods. For sure, many of you know, but I'm going to talk a little bit about them. They are drumsticks in the end, kind of peculiar drumsticks, but I'm going to just talk a little bit about why I'm when I use drum and rods, why I use them and all that stuff. Okay, so as always, 7 days. No, this is 5. 7 days. Okay, keep practicing, keep drumming, and let me know how it goes. Okay. Goodbye.